go to the Western region, where in spite of several efforts, including the automation of Premix field to deal with the challenges in the sector, the problem still persists. Irama Smith, who has been engaging some stakeholders in the Western region, reports the problem of political interference continue to be the biggest challenge.
41-year-old Janet Kobner smokes fish at Asanda, a fishing community near the river Ankobra in the Lembele district of the Western region. She tells me she has 4 children of her own, but has had to add 10 others of her late sister. In addition, her husband, a fisherman, is no longer in business because of challenges in obtaining the premix fuel. For now, the whole family relies on her fish smoking business, but even that is now under attack.
The
fishermen say they don't get premix to buy. They now use fuel meant for vehicles, which is also very expensive. So the fish they bring in now is equally expensive and difficult to buy. Initially, I was making much profit, but this has changed. In September 2023, government introduced a premix fuel automation machines in Elmina to dispense fuel to Fisherfolk. This was to, among other things, help remove the issues of middlemen and other challenges like smuggling, diversion, hoarding, and politicization, which results in shortages on the market. But about 5 months down the line, the challenges still persist. These fishermen mending their nets arrived from Komenda in the central region about 2 days ago. They tell me they will leave their canoes behind and return home by road to search for premix. We are not getting the fuel, so we have to leave our boats behind and return by road to search for it. We, the fishermen who should be given the premix, are not, and when there are supplies, they divert it and bring us about 2 to 3 drums. This is sold under the cover of darkness, so before you get wind of it, it's usually finished. The premix has become so expensive because of middlemen. It's a worry to us. Government does not supply enough fuel, and even the little available is subverted by middlemen. We are pleading with government to release enough premix fuel for the fishermen. Mike Abakadu is the national representative for canoe fishermen on the National Premix Committee.
The premix is being subsidized by the government solely for the fishermen to buy and embark on fishing expedition and nothing else. But at the moment, some of the party functionaries, the middlemen, in fact, they are not giving room for the chairman of the committee, who happened to be the chief fisherman, room to operate. But the last time the chief fisherman of Ankobra was complaining bitterly that even when the premix comes, he is not informed, contrary to the LI which govern the premix.
He is optimistic that the automation has the potential to sanitize in the distribution process.
We have to move strictly from the landing bit sector to the automation. The automation is digitalized, and so when the premix comes, you use your canoe identification card, and whatever fishing expedition you embark with your canoe is being mentioned in the card. 1 or 2 places has completed their automation facilities, and so they are on course selling the premix to the fishermen. But the rest has not been commissioned yet. Some are in the finishing stages. Others are 1 or 2 things that ought to be done for the automation to become operational.
The supply and distribution of premix fuel in the fishing industry was introduced in 1994 with the sole objective of powering outboard engines and helping artisanal fishermen to increase their catch. The decision to subsidize premix fuel eventually made the product affordable and available to the fishing communities. Sustainable Development Goal 8 aims to promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all. With a little more effort, this can be achieved in the fisheries sector. Irama Smith, TV3 News, Asanda.